are listening to the Discerning Leader Podcast, brought to you by Leadership Transformations, the podcast that helps you practice a preference for God.
Today's Holy Week reflection features one of our team members, Susan Currie. May this reading from the Gospel and an excerpt from Outstretched Arms of Grace anchor you in the story and events of the final week of Jesus' life, his death, his burial, and resurrection.
A reading from John chapter 13, verses 1 to 17. Hear the word of the Lord. It was just before the Passover festival. Jesus knew that the hour had come for him to leave this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. The evening meal was in progress, and the devil had already prompted Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus. Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power, and that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus replied, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." "No," said Peter, "you shall never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I washed you, you have no part with me." "Then, Lord," Simon Peter replied, "not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well." Jesus answered, "Those who have had a bath need only to wash their feet. Their whole body is clean. And you are clean, though not every one of you." For he knew who was going to betray him, and that was why he said not everyone was clean. When he had finished washing their feet, Jesus put on his clothes and returned to his place. "Do you understand what I have done for you?" he asked them. "You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. Very truly, I tell you, no servant is greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them." And now a reading from Outstretched Arms of Grace. Jesus knew that the time had come for him to leave this world and go to the Father. So having loved his own who were in the world with him, he now showed them the full extent of his love. As the evening meal was being served, he got up from the table and took off his outer clothing and wrapped a towel around his waist. After preparing himself to serve his brothers, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with a towel that was wrapped around him. Peter didn't quite understand what was happening and initially denied Jesus the privilege. But after Jesus explained that, "Unless I wash you, you will have no part with me," Peter not only presented his feet, but asked that his hands and head be washed as well. To Jesus, simply holding and washing their feet was enough of a bath for his faithful followers, including the one who would deny him, and even the one who would betray him. Here again, we see the Lord extending his outstretched arms of grace. When he was finished washing their feet, Jesus explained why he had done this simple act. As their teacher and Lord, having washed their feet, he now requested they wash one another's feet. "No servant is greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them." And then he proceeds to predict his upcoming betrayal and denial by two of them who had just experienced the full extent of his humble love. By far one of the most intimate moments, the washing of the feet was one of Jesus' final expressions of love to his disciples. to hold their dirty feet in his gentle hands, pour water over them to soothe and bathe as with a cup of salvation, was all he needed to do. He simply wanted his disciples to know that his love was genuine, and his desire for them to do likewise was pure. The ministry of soul hospitality at the table surrounding this meal was rich and abundant for all, even for his confused betrayer. Jesus knew his time had come, his days were numbered, his legacy would live on in love. If you've ever had your feet held and washed by another, you know how meaningful it is. Imagine Jesus stooping down in front of you, holding your worn and weary feet, looking up at your face with loving affirmation, looking down at your faithful feet, and praying blessing over your walk of faith. He knows your need for cleansing and forgiveness. He is fully aware of every heartache you hold, every pain you've suffered, every joy you've experienced, every longing you desire. Will you let him love you? Behold the Savior, kneeling lovingly and prayerfully before you. Believe in the gifts of grace and mercy that he delights to bestow. Belong to the fellowship of foot-washed disciples, and become a disciple who is more than willing to wash another's feet in Jesus' name.
Thank you for listening to the Discerning Leader Podcast. To learn more about how we can help you become a discerning leader through programs, events, and resources, visit leadershiptransformations.org. Be sure to consult the program notes for today's episode. Remember, a listening leader is a discerning leader. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Discerning Leader Podcast.